Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. I'm Brenda. If you're new, welcome. We are on, let's see, today is Sunday. And as you can see, I am at the chicken house. I'm getting things caught up before we head to church this morning. Clarence is at home fixing breakfast. I think he's going to do biscuits and eggs and grits and bacon and just something quick and easy. I am trying to find something on YouTube to listen to in the background while I pick up eggs. This weekend we've kind of been laid back. We hadn't had a whole lot going on here lately. Friday night we took Grayson and Hillary bowling. You'll probably hear a lot of that because we are in the league. We have to bowl Monday night, and then Clarence will bowl Thursday night with the league or as a fill-in, and actually I have to also fill in Thursday night for someone that's going to be out. So what else did we do? Last night we went over to a friend's house and cooked fish and shrimp and hush puppies and french fries, and it was so good. We played dominoes, we laughed. It was a good night. I think we're gonna do homemade ice cream later on in the week with them. Maybe get in another game of dominoes. You never know. So, yeah. So we're gonna do church, and after church, I'm gonna get in the kitchen with you, and we're gonna do something. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't need to do a dessert because we have desserts still left. Got to figure out something for supper. So maybe we'll cook supper together. That'll work. So I am going to get my eggs picked up and everything caught up so we can go to church. I'm going to find something on YouTube so I can listen to it in the background. We'll be back with you shortly. All right, y'all. We just got back from church. I am hot. I don't know. Well, the air didn't get cut on at church until almost service time, and as hot as it is outside, it was just hot. So, but I'm about to have to make a new water because my mouth is dry. Breakfast is still on the stove. There's little things, just like dishes in the sink and just clutter. So, been thinking about what we're gonna have for supper, and I still have no idea. Yeah. So I need to think about that. I need to pick up a little bit of things that I have let go this week. I need to sweep the floor. That pretty much needs to be a daily occurrence because of the dogs and the cats. I've got a cat over here getting a bath from a dog. I'm not sure why they clean her ears so regularly, but they do. So those are the cleanest ears on a cat. He's like taking her down. She's not minding it, so, you know, more power to him. I need to unload and load the dishwasher. So that's probably what I'm going to do first. I'm going to think about what we're going to have for supper and just kind of pick up. I need to get in my routine. I need to sit down and probably write out a routine. This is what I need to do every day. This is what I do on Mondays. This is what I do on Tuesday. Does that help? Do any of y'all use that kind of thing? Or do y'all just wing it? And I don't know. My ADHD brain doesn't want to let me think some days. And I get stuck. Like, my kitchen, living room, and dining room is all like one big area. So a lot of days, I'm just in that area. I like do my everyday stuff. Ooh, I don't know what's going on there. I do my everyday stuff, but I never get into the other areas. Does that make sense? I'm trying to get a routine on, like, 1 day a week. I will totally empty, wash, and refill the litter boxes. They get scooped every day. Every day I need to sweep the floor. Every day I need to put dishes in the dishwasher or put things from the dishwasher into the cabinet. So there's daily things I need to do, but then I need to add in things. So I need to look into that. I need to get better on that. But anyway, right now I'm gonna unload and load the dishwasher and pick up here in the kitchen. Try to get my brain to think what we're gonna have for supper tonight. Grayson starts school this week. He's going into kindergarten, and he will start school the 17th. And I'm kind of playing around with that. What if I did some muffins? Because a lot of times he doesn't want to eat when he gets up and gets dressed. Bye, radio. But I was thinking if I did like little bite-sized muffins, would he eat those on the way to school? And with Grayson, you never really know. Because some days he wants to eat and some days he doesn't. So, that might be something we look into. I may give it a test run. See how it works. But anyway, I'm going to pick up and clean. And see how far I get. And try to think up something for supper. Alright, y'all. It is 4:34. I did get a little done. The sink is also empty. We're going to have hamburgers tonight. Something quick and easy and I don't really have to fuss with. Clarence is going to grill them on the charcoal grill. So I am going to season and patty them out. We're going to have some fries. And I think I'm going to do some Mexican street corn. And I will take you along for that because that is fabulous. So, I have a pound of ground venison out thawing. Probably need to check it to make sure it's thawed. We don't add fat when we have our venison processed. So, it's very lean. We're probably talking 93.7. So it's 93% lean is pretty much where I'm putting it. The natural fat is left in, but there's no added fat to ours. So it, like I said, it's very, very lean. And usually with anything that I'm cooking, that is great because it doesn't produce a lot of grease and I don't even have to drain it most of the time. But with burgers, sometimes it makes it a little dry. So, you don't necessarily want a dry hamburger, right? So, sometimes I add bacon bits or sometimes some cheese just to add a little fat to it. And I'm looking here in the refrigerator to see what I've got. I know I have bacon bits. I know I have cheese. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And I may wind up adding both. I've still got some of those fresh jalapeno peppers. And the street corn has jalapeno peppers in that. So I may chop some of those up and you never know what we may do with the rest of them because they need to be done something with. They're already getting, some of them's getting soft. They're getting a little wrinkly. Can you see that? It's a little wrinkly. So yeah, he needs to be chopped up and used. there's a dog laying in the floor that I stepped on. That is nothing unusual in this house. I think the others will be okay. I think we'll just chop those up. For those that I don't use in the street corn or the hamburgers, I think I'll fry them up into bottle caps rather than putting them into the hamburger patties. I think I'll do that. Clarence will like that as a topping for his burger tonight. So, I've just come in from the chicken house, so I'm going to wash my hands. And I'm going to start on the burgers. I'll take you through the Mexican street corn. We're going to get supper started. Now, before I forget, it is 97 degrees at 4:38. It's hot. It's like you can't walk outside and take a deep breath hot. It's hot. So I have, the past few days, and I'm empty. But the past few days, I have been stuck on one drink. And it is called a Hurricane. It is 1 pack of watermelon drink mix flavoring, a half a pack of pineapple, and a half a pack of orange. It's fabulous, hence the reason I'm stuck on it. Tomorrow I have a doctor's appointment, so it depends on what time I get up in the morning, if I can find a new water recipe or if I'll just go with old trusty here. But yeah, I need a refill. It's hot. All right, got my burgers patted out. We got 4 in a pound. I usually can get 3 good sized burgers and a little burger. I tried to equal it out for 3, but this time it didn't work out. So I have, this one's the little one. You can't really tell it, but maybe that way. Yeah, there's always a little one in the bunch, so it is what it is. Now y'all know I can't find my recipe. That is not unusual, but we're gonna go with what we got. We're gonna make it work. I have 2 cans of whole kernel corn. I'm gonna open them and drain them. I don't need any of the juice that's in there. We're gonna do a half a cup of mayo, a half a cup of sour cream, a teaspoon and a half of chili powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, which is optional. We're putting it in. Now, I do not have, I do not have any queso fresco, but I have some cheddar. It'll be fine. Or I have Mexican blend or something. I do not have any cilantro. I've got some lemon juice. I've got my little cast iron pan. And I'm going to rearrange you so you can see what I'm doing. All right, let's see if we can put this together. I have drained our corn and I'm just going to put it in the dish. Probably should have sprayed it. We're going to wing it. Okay. Got sour cream. Now, the one I did before actually had Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. But like I said, can't find that one. I will eventually find it. But right now it is eluding me on my Pinterest. But this will work. It will be fine. The tanginess of the sour cream will work just like the Greek yogurt. So, no biggie. Alright, so half cup of sour cream. Now this recipe calls for frozen corn. You can use frozen, you can use canned, you can use fresh. Whatever your little heart desires. Now, I have some Duke's squeezable mayo, strictly because I worked the polls and we took food. And I took pimento and cheese and mayo, and we had enough food for 50 people. But I've got to go back for the runoff election, the 29th, but I'll just have to get a new one at that point. So, half a cup of Duke's, mayo going in. Now, I do not have, I used the last of my chopped jalapenos in my Hush Puppies last night when we went over to Friends. So, all I have is sliced jalapenos. So, I'm going to, and this recipe actually does not even call for jalapenos. Which, how can you have some street corn without some jalapenos? So, we're going to move this over to the side, and we are going to chop up a few jalapenos and get them going. I'm not going to go crazy with these because, one, I don't want to chop too much. And two, I don't want to chop too much. But we are probably going to add a couple of spoons. And we'll just see how we are when we get there. This part is totally by looks. Whatever you know, however many peppers you want to go in there. So, you know what? I think I have a chopper. Hang on. Let's see if this sucker works. Do I have to? Yes. Hold on. I've never used it before. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Make sure I have it. Yeah, there it is. Make sure I have it on good. We're going to see if it works. Oh, yeah. We may be chopping more than I think. So, that's probably a good tablespoon right there. So, we probably need at least another tablespoon. And these are tamed jalapenos, so they're not, they've got a little spice to them, but they're not overly hot. If you want, I tell you what, if you want good nacho jalapenos, always look for tamed. It'll say it on the jar. You want tamed jalapenos, and those are not as hot. So, tip of the day there. Tip of the day. All right. We're going to let that beat it, but we're going to get our handy dandy chopper. Oh, I am so good with that. Okay. Now, I'm going to throw this in the sink. And I should have showed you, that comes apart so it's easy cleaning. That's, you know, that's always a plus. So we'll stick those in the fridge in just a second. Let me add these to the mix. Okay. What else is on our list? Let me get the chili powder and garlic powder, salt and cayenne. Let's see if we can get this. We need a half a teaspoon of salt. All right, we need a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Half a teaspoon. And a quarter teaspoon of cayenne. Ow, pinched my finger. And this is our half, but we're going to go in with just half of our half. Cayenne. And I forgot to grab our chili powder. Let me grab that. Chili powder. Now, when I seasoned the hamburger patties, it was just salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some onion powder. That's all that was. So now we have our chili powder. Make sure I didn't grab the cinnamon. And we are going to need 1.5 teaspoons of chili powder. 1.5. Okay. Let's see. Mayo, sour cream, garlic, salt, cayenne. We did jalapenos. We're not doing cilantro. Let me get a little sprinkle of lime juice. And I just have the bottled stuff. So we're just gonna, if I can get it open, we're just gonna give it a little sprinkle. Not much. Just something, bring the flavors out. Okay. That's good. I'm going to stir this before we put in the cheese, because once we put in the cheese, it kind of gets hard to stir. So let's see what we can get going here. Now, I have seen Parmesan cheese added. I have seen I will butcher the name, the Cojita, something like that. Anyway, it's a cheese that we never have here, so I never have used it. All right, we're going to add, and it does not call for cheese either, but we're going to add it. We're going to bake it in the oven. We're probably going to do 1/2 cup or so. And this is the Mexican blend. Never too much cheese. We're going to preheat our oven to 350. And it is going to be so good. Now you can also use this as a dip. Frito corn chips, and this is fabulous. I'm gonna spread it around a little bit. Everything's good and mixed together. And we're gonna cook this, like I said, 350 degrees for, ooh, this says 30 to 40 minutes until bubbly, but we may not have to bake it that long. It's usually, if you've got your oven up to temp, 15-20 minutes, 30 at the max. But just keep an eye on it. You just want your cheese melted and this really hot. Okay, we have our little baby jalapenos here, and we are going to try this. We're just gonna try it. These are not quite as crispy as I would want them to be, but we're going to go with what we've got. We're just going to slice them into rings, and I'm going to kind of make them a little thick since they are small. So we're going to do this, and then we have a recipe. Oh, there, couldn't find the other stem. This recipe says all-purpose flour, garlic powder, paprika, salt and pepper, eggs, and a light beer. A lot of batters will do the beer instead of milk. Just like my hush puppies. I do my hush puppies with beer instead of milk or buttermilk. So everybody has their own preference, but I'm pretty sure you could use milk or buttermilk in this recipe. It's, you know, there is no recipe on earth that I know of that is written in stone. There are so many variations of every recipe out there. There are recipes that I probably learned from my mama and daddy, But even I do them different. We like different seasonings. We like different, you know, we have different taste and things like that. So, you know, it is what it is. And I'm trying not to touch where I have cut, strictly because when I go to take out my contacts tonight, you know, I don't necessarily want jalapeno juice. So we're gonna get these cut up. Now this recipe, it says 3 fresh jalapeno peppers sliced into rings. Of course, we've got our little baby jalapeno peppers here, and so we'll be fine with this for just Clarence and myself. But it's a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, salt and pepper to taste. It calls for 2 large eggs and 4 ounces of light beer. We don't need all of that. We don't need all of that. So I am probably going to cut this recipe in half. So we're going to use a 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. We're going to do an egg, but I think it's going to make it too much, but we're going to try. We're going to heat some oil to get it ready to drop these in. And then in a mixing bowl, we're going to put together that flour and our seasonings, beating the egg into the batter. And then we're going to stir in beer just enough to, you know, to where it's going to coat everything and not just be too runny. So let's do that. I've got this cut up. I'm going to throw our tops away and let me get a little cup. And these dogs are about to drive me crazy. But let me get a cup and we'll get started on these. Okay, I have all my ingredients in this little bowl here. I'm just finishing stirring everything in. And really and truly, I only used about half that egg. I beat it up and just poured a little bit in. And I'm just eyeballing it on the consistency I want. Now, if you want it a little more loose, runny, then, you know, more power to you. I'm just adding as I go. I don't want it too thin. That's the word. I don't want it too thin. That looks about right. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just put our jalapenos in here and give them just a little coating, zhuzh them around, and we are going to throw these into some hot oil and deep fry them. Hopefully it'll work. I hope y'all can, I know you can see some of it. Let me, oh, that looks great. That looks so good. I'm ready to dig into that. We are going to try, that's my timer for the corn. All right, so I've got my oil hot here, and we are going to try our bottle caps. So let's see how big of a mess we can make, because you know it's not going to be pretty. But anyway, well, let's give it a minute. I thought I had it hot. It's cooking though, so just a little bit more, and it will definitely be ready for some to go in. And I'm just going to do steak fries. I have some in the freezer. Clarence has got the burgers done. And they smell fabulous. We even toasted some buns. So, our little laid-back supper is going to be delicious. Alright, so let's try another one. And they go to the bottom and then they float to the top. So I think think our oil is ready. So we're gonna add some in here. I don't think we have enough to overcrowd, but of course when you're deep frying, that's the rule of thumb. Never overcrowd your pan or your pot, because you want it good and crispy. Oh yeah, they're cooking great. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these added. And I did not remove any seeds. These are young, tender jalapenos, so I'm hoping they were not scorching hot. We shall see. But you know, we have some ranch dressing or something like that. We can always put on and tone it down. But now Clarence really likes spicy stuff. So this, if it is hot, he will not bat an eye. And he will probably pile some on his hamburger and eat them like that. Just working on getting these in here. More than you think it was. Those little babies. Gonna get those fried up. So good. Okay, that is all of them. We don't have any more left in our batter. Of course, we've got batter everywhere, but we're gonna let these cook. I don't want to mess with them too much, because I don't want our batter to fall off, y'all. So I'm having trouble. I don't know. I have showed y'all in a past video, my ring finger is swollen because of bowling. It hurts. And I don't know what I'm going to do, because I got a bowl Monday night. The joys of life. I will make it through. I promise. But right now, BioFreeze is that joint's friend. You know, it's terrible when you get old. Oh my goodness. All right. I've got some little, let me get a little plate to put these on. Hang on. Okay, I've got a little plate with a paper towel on them. I'm hoping these are like hush puppies and they like flip themselves. But we've got some little stuff over here to the side that is just batter. And I'm just going to get those out. Those would just be crispy goodies. They're turning brown. Alright. Reminds me of okra. It's kind of that. Just going to kind of work them around a little bit. See if I can get them to turn over. Oh, they look gorgeous. They're doing really good. We can just get both sides browned up like that. They will be beautiful. Go give them just a little bit more, and we're going to put our French fries on in just a minute. That one does not. There it goes. Nope, it flipped right back. So in a hush puppy situation, that would mean the hush puppy is not done. See, it stayed flipped that time. So I think they're about done. Didn't take long at all. Both sides are a beautiful brown. Don't want to cook them too much. I'm going to call them. Those look good. Now I'm going to turn my oil off because it is pretty hot. And I don't want to put my frozen french fries in there with it just like scorching, because you know how it'll do. It'll boil up. And I have got something on my eye over here that's fussing. So I'll have to check that out as well. But those are finished. Yay. Okay. All right. I'm going to set this over here, and then we will, let me see what's, oh, I think it's actually on my pan. So I think we're good. So I'm going to do my french fries, and then we'll fix our plate. Okay, here it is. I have tried the jalapeno little bites, and I know my head is cut off, but they are good. They're a little spicy. Not bad at all though. I mean, you don't have to have a dipping sauce with those. They're just a little warm. So perfect there. The corn, I've already tested. It is fine. Got our burger. I'm gonna dig in, y'all. Okay, that was great. It's time to clean up now, so got to get that done, but that's okay. Quick and easy supper, no stress, and it was good. That's what matters, right? So until next time, I'll see you later.